Parrish, Florida is a beautiful community located near the famous beaches on Florida's Gulf Coast near Bradenton and Sarasota. And if you've considered moving to Parrish, Florida, or maybe you're just now checking it out, then you'll want to listen in for 8 things to know before moving here. Stay tuned. So we're in the middle of a thunderstorm, so it might get a little crazy, but hi neighbors, I'm Catherine Newman. I'm a local real estate agent with Allison James Estates and Homes, and I'm here on the Gulf Coast of Florida in the Manatee and Sarasota County markets, and specifically in my hometown of Parrish, Florida. So I know exactly what it's like to research cities and towns and communities in other locations, especially when you're thinking about moving. If that's you, then I've been in your shoes before when our family made this huge move from Colorado back in 2013 to Parrish, Florida. And I totally relate to the roller coaster of emotions. There's excitement, there's fear, there's anxiety and uncertainty. There's always the pros and cons list. And let's talk about the hours you spend online gathering as much information as you can to see if moving is the right choice for you and your family.
Wow. This is unbelievable. How did you know all that stuff?
I did my research.
And I feel you. Moving can be risky and scary, but moving can also be the very thing you need to walk through to reach the next chapter in your life. And that's why I'm here to share my experience of moving here. Hopefully you can benefit from the things I've learned that might make the decision process easier for you and ultimately make the move easier for you if you decide Parrish might be a good fit.
You should probably move.
And, perhaps I can be a friendly face that answers some of the questions you might have about Parrish or even the other areas surrounding Parrish. So make sure that you like this video if it offers you some value, and subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can check out all of the other videos about the markets here, videos about Parrish specifically, and by subscribing, you'll always be alerted each time a new video is available every week. So today I want to share 8 things to know before moving to Parrish, Florida. And hey, I realize these 8 things, they might be a little different than other tips you've learned on other channels, but I try to share information that is not necessarily being discussed by everyone else so that you can get a broader understanding of this community and give you some food for thought that you might not hear otherwise.
Tell me something good.
Thing to know number 1. Not everyone in Parrish is a senior citizen. Now, you might laugh at that, but I talk to people all the time that have the misconception that Parrish consists mainly of retirees. And although there are retirees here and great retirement neighborhoods, because of it's a perfect place to retire, the largest percentage of residents are middle age, between 35 and 55, like myself, with the median age being 44. So that number tells you that there are many families here who have chosen Parrish, Florida because they feel like it's a great place to raise kids. I personally love Parrish because it has such a variety of ages living here. Thing to know number 2, you can be fined, it's true, if you don't get a Florida driver's license within 30 days of becoming a resident. So what makes you a resident? Well, if you enroll your kids in school, you're a resident. If you accept employment, fill out your W-2s and whatever, you're a resident. If you register to vote, you're a resident. If you've been here in Florida for more than 6 consecutive months, guess what? You are a resident. And within 10 days of becoming a resident, you have to register your out-of-state car by completing an application for a certificate of title. You're going to pay a registration fee, and you're also going to pay a fee that's based on the weight of your car or your vehicle or your vehicles. And make sure your car insurance is active so you don't have to jump through a million more hoops.
What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. Okay. Wrong. Yellow light mean.
It's the DMV. So I recommend you make an appointment so you're not stuck there all day. But make sure you visit the county website for the local DMV to see what the processes are, what types of identification you'll need, and which branches actually handle that sort of thing, because not all of them do. Thing to know, number 3, the cost of homeowners insurance is likely more expensive than you might think. Now, that's due to fraudulent roofing claims and the ongoing litigation, and of course, the weather we can experience here in Florida. Again, it's very important that you talk about this issue with your real estate agent before you even start searching for your next home, so that you're aware of the issues that Florida is currently facing that affect our markets here in regards to finding a company that will even write a policy for you, let alone how much the yearly premium might be.
Guys, I think staying here through the hurricane was the best decision we ever made.
Yeah.
Thing to know, number 4. There's a lot of population growth in Florida. According to reports from places like move.com, the Florida DMV, 1,000 people are moving to Florida every day. And the Sarasota and Tampa areas are in the top 25 cities and towns where people are moving. 60% of those 1,000 people are from other states. And believe it or not, 40% of them are from other countries. That explosive growth has also translated to Parrish, Florida, where upwards of 25,000 new homes are expected to be built over the next few years. Manatee County, where Parrish, Florida is located, is the second fastest growing county in the state. Along with the many new home communities underway, new schools, incoming retail, a new medical campus, and a new hospital, we are experiencing increased traffic, overcrowding in schools, and of course, higher home prices. If you enjoy a more rural setting without much growth, then Parrish might not be a right fit for you. If you like the feel of a small town with small town charm, as well as having the growth and the quicker home appreciation, then Parrish very well could be your next new hometown. Thing to know, number 5. Pay attention to the weather forecast. Now, you already know about the potential for hurricanes here in Florida, but you also need to be aware that just the everyday weather has been known to make planning things outdoors both difficult and dangerous. If you've heard of Tornado Alley, but did you know there's also a stretch between Tampa and Titusville, and it's called Lightning Alley. Crazy, right? On average, throughout the state of Florida, 10 people die from lightning strikes every year. So it's really important to not take lightning lightly, no pun intended, and make sure you seek appropriate shelter anytime you see it. Also a huge potential for flash flooding of the roads, especially during our rainy season, which is summer, when the torrential downpours can wash out roads and parking lots in a matter of minutes. Thing to know number 6, yard work is a beast in Florida. It is. I grew up in Virginia, so I know about yard work, but here in Florida, it's a constant yearly undertaking, especially in the summer. There are weeds, and weeds on top of weeds. So you cannot let the required maintenance go undone. If yard work is not your thing, or you just don't want to spend your entire weekend devoted to it, then maybe a home in a maintenance-free community might be your best option. Of course, you're going to pay for this feature in your monthly dues, but for some people who moved down here, they moved down here actually to enjoy the outdoors. And living in a community where the yard work is included is a true perk. There's also the option of hiring a landscaping company who comes out on a weekly basis to maintain your yard. And if you don't live in a maintenance-free community, hiring a landscaping company can cost you, I don't know, about $160 to $180 a month.
No problem. I just don't ever want you mowing my lawn, all right? I like mowing my lawn.
Thing to know number 7. Use your GPS. When I lived in Colorado for 20 years, it was pretty easy to know which direction you were going because the Rocky Mountain Range was right there on the west side. So you could always tell if you're going north or south or east or west. When we moved to Parrish in 2013, I had no mountain range to keep my bearings. And because Florida grew so rapidly back in the day, city planners did not have time to come up with clever street names. So many of the streets here are numbered streets with numbered buildings and combination street directions. For example, 12345 105th Avenue Boulevard Southwest. Huh?
That doesn't make sense.
And be aware that many streets that start off with one name, even though you don't go anywhere else, you're still on that street, they have a different name depending on where you are in the city. It is maddening. So believe me, you'll want to use your GPS. Thing to know number 8. You may experience some serious allergies. Most every new customer I work with that's moving here from another state experiences the added bonus of extreme allergies. Well, I mean, think about it. There's tons of annual foliage, right? There's fresh cut grass every week. And the most annoying culprit is pollen. Pollen is always floating around outside and coating your outdoor furniture, your windows, and even your cars. How will you know? Well, it's green, a bright, deep hue of green resting like a blanket on top of everything outside.
It's not just annoying, it's actually harmful.
Like I said, I grew up in Virginia, so I know all about allergies. And as a matter of fact, I was a lot like...
Oh, that's so funny, I forgot to laugh!
Yep, Lisa Loopner. And sort of like... Yep, the boy in the plastic bubble. Because I was so highly allergic to most things in life that I took allergy shots for about 6 or 7 years straight. So for me, the pollen no longer affects me as much because now I'm like...
Now the world is ready for you.
But for my husband, who never had problems like allergies before, the issues in Florida get him every time. I hope these 8 things to know before moving to Parrish, Florida has given you some more insight as to what it might be like to live here. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me or leave a comment below because I will respond to you. And if you've gained some value or helpful information, please like this video and make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I'll be sure to keep putting useful topics together to help benefit your life. And I'd love to earn your business if you decide to move out this way. I'm Catherine Newman. See you next time.